Alright guys, welcome aboard again. We're going to continue flying our brand spanking new Just Flight Archer 3. Here we are sitting at the ramp over in Chino, California. The weather is starting to get a little socked in, so we're going to jump in the plane, get on going, and get out of here. I think we're going to head, we're going to head east. We'll head out to the desert. I think it's the weather's clearer over there, even though it looks okay right now. I live in Southern California. We're getting a little bit of a marine layer. Low clouds moving in. So let's get fired up over here. Let me turn the music down just a little bit. Let that tune end. So here we are, brand spanking new Archer. In fact, you know what, let's jump outside again and take a closer look at it here. Here we go. Very nice. Let's go ahead and close up our doors and everything. So we'll close the baggage door, close that door. We'll get the chocks and tie downs removed. We've already fueled up, full fuel. And, you know, I'm going to change my weight here, so let's see, not that I weigh that, but that's what I'm going to put. And the co-pilot actually weighs, we'll put 30. That's my Pembroke Welsh Corgi is the co-pilot. He weighs about 30 pounds. What do we got here? Baggage. We're not taking a whole bunch of stuff, just a couple little bags. Check this. I'm going to keep my simulate spark plug fouling and vapor lock off, so we don't have to bother with that. And we're going to keep our fairings on. Auto fuel selector, we'll keep that on, and that's where we'll start off here. All right, let's see. I'm looking all around here. Latch our door there, and let's jump up here, get some power on. Put the master on, the alternator, fuel pump. Left magneto, nav lights on. Let's come down over here. Let's go to our left fuel tank, and we're going to bring the mixture up over here. And I think we're ready to start up. So we come up here, hit the starter. There we go, looking good. Check our fuel pressure looks good. Oil temperature's coming up. Oil pressure looks good. Let's take a little closer look over here. Let's bring up the RPM here to about 900. And we see all our gauges are in the green here. Let's bring up our avionics master, autopilot master on, and bring in the right magneto up. Landing lights that can go on for right now. And let's go ahead over here, and I'm going to lean the mixture here a little bit while we're on the ground here. Watching the EGT right over here. Get it right to about 15. That looks good right there. And I'm going to check our weather here for the altimeter setting. It looks like it's going to be 2.9 or 9 or 8. Didn't want to turn that one. Let's go over here. 2.9er, there's 3098 is right there. Alright, let's get off the ground here. Like I said, we're in Chino, California. We're gonna head, I don't know, maybe Palm Springs or someplace, I have no idea. I'm gonna turn my my lights up. I always like to do that. So we got 3 of them here in the Archer, switches, panels, and avionics. And the switches are all of these little toggle switches. You'll see they're lighting up here, along with up top here. They got a little red backlight. Panel lights are all of the lights all around the instruments right here. I always like to have them up. And avionics is already all the way up. That's all the displays here. See, there we go. And we can turn our transponder on altitude, hit VFR, turn, let me see, this gets nav too. Or comm. Yeah, that looks like nav. Let's see, we can turn it on and off. nav, volume. Guess we can turn the volume down. Alright, good enough. Got all our lights turned on. Let's taxi on out of here. I took a quick look on my other screen to see what the winds are. Winds are out of the west at 260 at 10 knots, so we'll do a departure out of the runway off to that direction. Parking brake off. Bring the power up here a little bit. And I don't think we had another airplane off to this side. Nope. Just spin it around and cut across the ramp here. I believe the runway was 26. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume down here. Always kind of loud. See all my lovely grass I've been planting, if you follow along on my videos. Chino is my little airport. I started playing around with the World Editor, where you can you know, make airports and everything, and so I've been going a little grass happy here. Let me look down a little bit, a little bit of fast taxi here. Let me slow her down a bit. So we're going to stay strictly VFR right now. Yeah, runway 26 right. That's where we're going to be taking off. Actually, the wind is 26 at 10, so perfect. Come over here and let's turn right into the wind as much as we can. There we go. And we'll try to do a proper run up. What the heck? Let me bring up the checklist here. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the parking brake. There we go. So the Archer, just like the Warrior from Just Flight, they does come with a checklist here, and we can go through all the pre-flight stuff and force start, throw engine start, taxiing. Let's see, we'll start there. So yeah, we cleared, parking brake, throttle, brake, steering, yep, that all works. All right, ground check, parking brake is set, throttle. Let's go up to 2,000 RPM. Alright, 2,000 RPM. Magnetos check for a 175 drop, so we'll turn off the right one. Alright, that looks good. Turn it back on, turn off the left one. Again, I'm looking good. Get them both on, and we're back up to 2,000. Vacuum pressure, I believe, is that's the gyro. Let me see. Vacuum pressure was someplace. Where is it? Gyro suction. I guess that's a vacuum. So that looks good. And actually, you can check these off. So as you go, you can see they turn green. Oil pressure. Take a look over here. Zoom in a little bit. Oil pressure looking good. That's fuel pressure. Oil temperature. Oil pressure is in the green. Oil temperature and pressure. The amp meter. Amp meter. Where is it? Looking around. And altimeter. Where's, oh, there we go. Amp. I'm looking for a digital one. Alright, 26, that looks good. Annunciator panel. Breast to test, that's here. Alright. Looking good. Carb heat. Check that. We'll put the carb heat on. We should see a little bit of a drop there. You can kind of hear it also. Alright. Oop. I'm going to do that. That one. Not that one. You. I'm grabbing the throttle lock there. Let's see. There we go. Alright. Carb heat, fuel pump, check is on. It's right there. And fuel pressure, we already checked. Throttle, retard, we did it. Alright, let's bring it all the way to idle. There you can see, we're still running. You'll see the airplane kind of jiggle a little bit once it gets low. Maybe. Good enough. We're really just checking to make sure that the engine stays running when we go all the way back. Alright, before takeoff, master switches. Yep, and they're on. They're up here. That's that one. Alternator switch on. Flight instruments have been checked. Fuel selector is on automatic, fuel pumps on. Engine checks, everything was in the green. Carburetor heat is off. Mixture is set. We set that before we started taxiing there, and you can see that we're right around 15 here. You can enrich it just a little bit there. Flaps set, which means they're all up here for this takeoff. Trim tab is going to get right here. We want to be right in the center. Right there, maybe just a little bit south of center. Okay, trim tab is set. Flight controls, free and correct, we're not going to check that. And the door is latched up top there. What else we got here? Takeoff lineup on the runway, flap set, trim. Come on, flaps, trim, throttle, rotate at 60, climb out 64, and then above altitude, above 300 feet, flaps retract. All right, looking good. We'll get rid of the checklist. I just wanted to kind of see what it looked like. Show it to you guys here. All right, we're ready for takeoff then. Let's get out of here. We did our run up. We're going to put the pitot heat on and get the strobes on. Some of the things that are missing off of the checklist there, I would have scribbled those in. All right, right about there. Actually, I want to be able to see my RPM there. So I'm just going to look at it right there. All right, parking brake off. Let's get on the runway here and get on out before these clouds start to thicken up on us. Alright, throttle up. And we're going to rotate at 60-ish. Or 60. Let's see how she does. Right off the ground, right up into the air. She loves to fly. Alright, trimming up my rudder. And I actually forgot what our altitude was, but we're high enough here. Let's go ahead and engage the autopilot. Do an 1100 foot per minute rate of climb here. Let's see where our heading bug is. And there it is. All right, we're going to engage the heading bug. We'll just get it right on our current heading. Go ahead, hit the heading hold. And just double checking my RPM here, making sure our mixture doesn't need to get leaned out here. Alright, and we're going to lower the nose here a little bit, so let's do a little bit more reasonable climb here. 700 foot per minute. We'll wait for our airspeed to come up here a little bit. And, like I said, we're heading west, so we want to go east. Let's, I think I want to turn around. We're going to do a left turn. Just going to swing it all the way around. Alright, let me bring that sound down a little bit more. And let's do a flyby. Looking nice. Alright, airspeed's looking good. Let's go ahead and lean the mixture out here a little bit more. Looking for right about 15. I don't know if that's the real world setting, but it seems to be the max power, at least from what I can tell, by engine performance. Alrighty, fuel pumps can come off after takeoff. We're going to leave our landing lights on because it's a little bit hazy here today. And let's bring up the chart. So I'm going to go over, wrong one. come over here, go to Maps in AviTab, bring up our Los Angeles sectional chart. I'll let that pop up. There we are. We're going to continue our left turn here in a minute. Let me just zoom out a little bit. I'm going to kind of head for the Banning Pass in Palm Springs, which generally is in this direction right here, I believe. Yep. We can see that on our GPS here. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, we got to turn. We got to turn this way. We got to turn a little bit more because I think there's Palm Springs right over there. All right, so it was about 30 degrees or so, almost due east. Let's make a turn there. Let's go ahead and bring our climb down to about 500 here. And I'm going to hit my altitude button right there. We're at about 3,500 feet. Stay down low here for right now. Alright, and we're going to keep an eye out again on our EGT and our RPM here. So let's go ahead and lean that mixture out just a little bit more. And then bring the throttle back into the green there. And I'm going to trim my rudder trim here again. Get that ball centered right here. Alright, there we go. Now I think we're level. That should give us a couple more knots of airspeed here too. And Palm Springs, almost due north there, or due east, sorry. Alright, let me go ahead and bring up some music for the flight. I think we can hit the landing lights and come off now. As the weather updates right there, get a little jink. Let's get back down to 3,500 feet. So I'm going to hit VASI, minus 100 already, so we'll just let that inch down to 3,500. Taking a look at the Inland Empire here in Southern California. Alright, coming up to 3,500 feet, I'm going to hit altitude right about there. And check our RPM again. EGT looking good, everything is in the green here. And I think, if we take a look at our fuel here, it is switching automatically, but we can switch it ourselves. Let's go over to the left tank right now. And let's tune in a few VORs or something. So there we are, heading out to Palm Springs. We're basically just going to go eastbound here, so to turn a little bit more to the north. Let's see what we can tune here. We got Palm Springs VOR 115.5. Let's go ahead and set that in VOR 1 here. Click here. 115. What did I say it was? 115.5. So we got 115.5. Switch that over. There we go. Palm Springs. 52 miles. Right about 260. And get rid of this. Ooh, see, look at that. Weather's going downhill. I thought it was a little bit too sunny out there. Because, like I said, I live in Southern California. And it looks a little cruddy outside. Halfway decent. Meaning temperature-wise. But it's starting to get broken overcast layer. Kind of like what we're seeing outside here. Alright, I'm sipping my tea to make sure I don't lose my voice here. Alright, let's see, that's heading bug, so we're going to change our VOR here. Let's just move that around. Let's see if we can't get a direct heading for Palm Springs. We'll play around with the autopilot here a little bit. We'll hit nav. And see how that does. I think it does. I wonder if it has to intercept it. Or if we're right on it right now. Let's see. Let's try changing it. Yep, no, it's there. Come back, center that. You know, some of the airplanes, especially like the FlyJSim 737, you hit that autopilot and that plane just wants to bank over once you click on nav. Sometimes the autopilot, at least in airplanes I've flown in real life, sometimes it doesn't engage until the needle actually gets centered, you know, so you got to manually fly it over to the needle, and as soon as it gets close enough to the needle, then it'll actually engage it. Don't know if that's just a quirk of the planes I've flown. I've experienced that in the past, let's just put it that way. Same thing with the in the sim. Had that happen. Alright, DME 1 and 2. So you can go for nav 1. Zoom in here a little bit. DME 1, 2. Okay, there we go. So we're changing that up. So you can, that's nice. You can switch that over. Let's see if you got a frequency here. 115.3. Yeah, see, that's kind of weird. I guess you can change it manually, but let's see. Like, I wonder if the DME is getting the reading from nav 1 here, or nav 2 here, which we have, that says San Diego VOR, but if we go to frequency here, that's actually Oceanside 115.3, right? Because we want to be on 115.5, although that's why I wonder if when we go over here, this is actually giving us, this is slaved over to this VOR. So let's see, 45 nautical miles. Hopefully we don't run into any terrain. Keep an eye out there while we're playing around. I'm going to go ahead and change the frequency to 115.5. Sure. Well, we'll do it like that. 115.4, so we're not getting any reading. But we come over here. So yeah, so that is slaved. If you go over to, I guess, remote RMT. RMT, not sure what that stands for, but it is slaved over to VOR1 here. No matter what you put into the frequency here. I guess if we tune, well, like we tuned that into 115.5, and now it's picking it up there. Let's turn it off and then come over here. So this is slaved to whatever frequency you actually put in here. So if you want the actual VOR1, you got to go over to RMT. Alright, we're gonna have to climb up a little bit here because we're heading for the hills here. So let's go vertical speed mode and let's crank her up to about 400 foot per minute here. I don't want to climb up too high. We're gonna bring the power all the way in here. Keep our speed and climb up. We got to get over the hills right here. This is Mount San Jacinto right here. Palm Springs on the other side of that. You can just see it in a haze there. But we're going to kind of scoot around the side here. So visibility is improving a little bit as we climb out of the haze here. Coming, I think just south of Hemet here. Should see Hemet Ryan Airport someplace. Over here, I think. Take a look at the chart. Sorry, we're over Hemet's up ahead. No, that's Banning, sorry. Idiot. There's Paris. Hemet's all the way down here. You know, we flew out of Chino. I keep thinking I flew out of French Valley here. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, looks like it's getting a little worse here through Banning Pass. Oh, there it goes. As I speak, it gets better. Mistaking the reservoir here too, also for this one right here. This is actually some other one. Not sure what it is. Let's get her climb up a little faster here. We'll go to 500. See if the visibility improves as we climb up through some of the haze here. And what I'll do is I'll bring up my FS Global real world weather here. Let me show you what I'm looking at. The right one. Oop, not the one. Sorry, I can't bring it up for you. I had reset my my screen captures for one of the other videos I did, so I will hold off on that just because I don't want to screw with it. But what we got? March Field, it's March Air Reserve Base, has got 28 kilometers visibility, broken 2,900. And let's see what Palm Springs has. KPSP has got visibility 55 kilometers. Winds out of the east at 4. View 7,500 for clouds. And altimeter 2995. See a little bump there for something. Make sure we're not overspeeding our RPM there. Climb up to 5,500. That'll get us through Banning Pass, and I'm actually going to go over to heading hold. I should move my heading bug a little bit. I'm going to kind of come around the through the pass right here, so we'll adjust our course a little bit. We'll have some fun when we come back and we'll climb up over the top of the clouds. Go VFR on top. And lean that mixture out just a little bit more. Alright, there's 5,500. Click on altitude. And we're going to have to bring the throttle back. I think the clouds are breaking up as we go. Like I said, it was looking better back in the desert, so I thought I'd fly out this way. Let's go outside and have a look here. I'm going to turn down the airplane volume. I think if you look closely, the pilot there would turn his head and have a look down. Co-pilot is little short guy, so you can't see him. Nice looking airplane. I'm glad they finally put it out for X-Plane 11. Been waiting for this one for a little bit. And it comes with a bunch of liveries from all over the world, so you can probably find one for your local area. Like I said, I'm flying the US-based livery here. Double check our RPM here. I'm going to just keep it right at the red line there. Get our max speed we can out of this thing. Let's see what we're getting over here indicated. About 110. Or that's 110, so 115. Right about what 118, 117, something like that. Let's take a closer look at the panel here a little bit. So we got demonstrated crosswind values are not limitations. Gotcha. Okay. EA is 113 knots at 2550. That's RPM, I believe. Demonstrated crosswind 17 knots. I'm not gonna click that, but we got the ELT over here. Looks like this is just an indicator. And what we got here, we can slave for free. Not gonna touch that. Wonder if that's don't even know which one that's connected to. Got our temperature gauge over here. Protect your starter. This aircraft is equipped with a high-performance SkyTech flyweight starter. Do not crank for more than 10 seconds. Alright, cool. What do we got here? Looks like I got our compass, compass corrections here. Get rid of the yoke here and see our little placard here. You know, a little bit of a checklist placard. Alternate static source. It's probably underneath the dash right here. We're not going to go underneath there. Mic. Fuel quantity, RPM, EGT. Got all our engine and fuel, oil, temperature. This is a lightning finder. I'm going to go have to fly someplace, and the buttons aren't pushable here, but I don't know if it actually works. It might. We'll fly someplace where there's some lightning and see if it works here. All right, our turn here. Kind of head right through the pass as we continue on, taking a look at the actual panel. The VOR1. Or correction, VOR1 here, VOR2 here. Got our press to test. Got night lighting there. I think it's a little dimmer, I guess. Elevator trim, push on. I'm guessing it's pushed already on because it's working. I don't know. I don't want to push it right now. Got our flight comm volume for the panel. Traffic alert system here. Let's go. Is it? We got mute, far, here, and I think we had it off. We can go dim. Does it go to dim or bright? Yeah, it does go to dim. route over here. I don't want to go flying into the mountains. So altitude here, get your vertical speed selector, heading nav, approach, reverse course, altitude, pretty straightforward. Get your Garmin GNS 530. Master radio, again your nav, pitot heat. Avionics emergency, not sure what that does. And I don't want to move over because it's going to screw up my view. But we got a throttle lock right here, so you can tighten up the throttle. And carb heat. Get rid of the yoke here. There we go. Cabin heat. It's a little toasty here. Defrost. Got our ADF right here, it looks like. Again, we played with our DME here. Nav 2. And transponder. It does have a Hobbs meter and it does work, so I've already got 3.2 hours on this plane. It does keep the time. Got a second altimeter over here. AC and high vent fan. Put that on low here. Turn up the AC if we want. Music. Headphone jacks. All our circuit breakers there. Okay, up top here you do have two lights, one on either side that work. Turn those up. And you do have another light in here. Let's see if there's one back there, or if it's just this one switch turns them all on. I wonder if there's a switch. I don't know if there's a switch for those back there. Alright, well there's a grand tour of the airplane here. Fun flying. The Archer here. Okay, we're going to turn towards Palm Springs down here, and their winds were out of, I think, 110 or something like that, so we're probably going to do a straight in. Let's bring up the checklist for our descent here. Cruise, yep, descend is powered, carb heat. We're going to put our carb heat on once we get a little bit lower. We pull the throttle all the way back. Approach and landing, fuel tank, or fuel pump on. Go ahead and do that now. Mixture is going to set, flaps 102 is our max, and we're trimming for 66. And then we got shut down. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and kill the autopilot, so I'm just going to hit my trim tab, or trim switch right there on my yoke. We'll start throttling back. Start a descent down into Palm Springs. There it is, right up ahead of us. Let's take a look at our lighting here. We'll go landing lights on. We're definitely going to throttle back here a little bit. Bring my my master volume back up here a bit. Just turn that panel off. Seeing I move my view. I want to be able to see where I'm at here. On the RPM. I think for my Palm Springs, ooh, do we actually have, Do we actually have a windmill? Hey, we got a couple in there. These are all windmills here. You can see there's a couple 3D ones right there. Just a few more. I think those are added by the West Coast scenery pack thing that I've got. Because they weren't there before, but I see a whole bunch of them out here, which is cool because I was thinking, you know, I got into playing around with the world editor. I was going to come out here and try to figure out if I could somehow place those, but hey, they're out there. A lot of them just have the shadow here, but I guess that places enough of them out here. It's pretty neat. Let's do a flyby over here. And find my mouse again. Look at our RPM, looking good. I'm going to go ahead and put my carb heat on. And we're going to throttle all the way back now. Bring the mixture up rich. And just re-trimming. Start slowing up over here. Bring in a little bit of power. We'll take the main runway. Alright, there's 100 knots. Let's go first notch of flaps. Bring that power in again. Looks like the VASI lights there are red over white. Get our second notch of flaps in there. And full flaps. Definitely got to play around with the rudder trim in both the Warrior and Archer. And that is realistic. I have that mapped to my hat switch on my joystick. You know, I have a trim up and down is the elevator trim, and then left and right is the rudder trim. In real life, it's this knob right here. Bring that power back just a little bit. Got a big displaced threshold here. Definitely looking a lot nicer out here than it was in the Inland Empire there. And if you're not familiar with Southern California, Inland Empire is pretty much the east side of Los Angeles, which is the Los Angeles Basin. So kind of like Corona, Chino, San Bernardino, Riverside, all the way down to Temecula and Murrieta, Riverside County. Alright, over the numbers, power off. Try to get a nice buttery landing here for you. 88, not too bad. Alright, flaps up. We'll roll it out over here. Where should we park? Go over here to the commercial side. Park by the tower, which I'm gonna slam on my brakes. Get this turn off here. And landing light and strobe can come off. So guys, smash down the like button, appreciate that, and hope you enjoyed that nice flight from Chino over to Palm Springs in the brand new Archer 3. Let's see, where's the taxiway? Yep, all the way over here. I want to go right up to the tower here. It says we can't taxi there, but we're gonna anyway. That's what the big X means. We're gonna come back this way anyway, just for the hell of it. We've got that special clearance here from the tower. Come right up here into the parking lot. Park it right here in a helipad. Alright, let's go ahead and hit the parking brake here. And I'm going to bring up the power so we don't light the engine on fire. Let's jump into a replay over here for the landing. Yeah, right about there is good. Let's get the ending music going. Alright, what do we want to look at here? We'll do a couple. What the heck? Try one from there. A nice view of the mountain there. Just coming over the airport displaced threshold there. Yeah, so like I said, guys, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do X-Plane 11 videos, general aviation, fly the airliners. Also, if you're into that, I like flying the Zibo and the Airbus A320 quite a bit. There we go, nice touchdown. Let's back it up. Let's do a runway end view here. That's a tower view. Where's my runway? Someplace. There it is. Way out there. Out at the end of the displaced threshold here. We're gonna follow the plane in. A little bit of a drift there. Alright, let's back it up and yeah, let's do the tower view here. And then we'll do this one. This looks nice. Alright guys, again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Till next time, take care guys.